Hi everyone, I'm back, Wisa of Content Critters, here to condense the latest RPG news so you don't have to. We're going to start with how great the Final Fantasy VII Remake is doing, considering that it just dethroned another PS4 exclusive in terms of sales, followed by the free Elder Scrolls Online Plus trial. And we'll end with an update on Baldur's Gate 3's early access. So let's begin. Final Fantasy VII Remake becomes the fastest-selling PS4 exclusive for shipping and digitally selling 3.5 million copies in just 3 days. Square Enix takes the crown from Insomniac Games, the developer of Marvel's Spider-Man, which nearly 2 years ago sold 3.3 million copies in the same span of 3 days. This is a very impressive feat, with millions of players tuning in during the first few days of release in the midst of the crisis. Without divulging specific details, the remake is being heralded as one of the best in terms of character writing, development, interaction, dialogue, and definitely the nostalgia factor. Of course, there are other reasons like the massively fun gameplay and beautiful soundtrack. Final Fantasy VII Remake has achieved what few remakes have and will: the ability to connect both old and new fans alike. Now the big question is when the Remake Part 2 will be released, given that Nomura confirmed its development last November 2019. Will it take another 5 years of waiting? On to the second bit of news. Elder Scrolls Online announces that there will be a free ESO Plus trial starting April 20 until April 27, 10 AM EDT. Now what does this entail? ESO Plus is the subscription pack. You have full access to all of the DLC like the zones, quests, and dungeons. This includes Ursinium, Imperial City, Dark Brotherhood, and Thieves Guild, to name a few. Now the latest chapter, Greymoor, where you get to explore Western Skyrim, is not included since this is sold separately. And that has always been the case when new chapters come out. In addition to the DLC game packs, we also have the most amazing craft bag, which I thoroughly enjoyed using back when I wanted to become a Grandmaster Crafter because of the unlimited crafting material storage perk. You also double your bank space for all of your characters, plus there's a 10% bonus to experience in gold. These are just some of the perks that you can get through ESO Plus. Playing ESO is very fun because you're not forced to subscribe in order to continue your journey. You only have to purchase the base game and that's it. I kid you not, there's probably 1,000 plus hours of content in the base game alone. If you're a fan of fantasy RPG or Elder Scrolls in general, then I recommend you give ESO a go. And lastly, we talk about the challenges of Larian Studios, the developer of the much-awaited Baldur's Gate 3. When working remotely became the reality, the team of more than 300 people from 5 different countries retained their enthusiasm since developing code and building levels were possible to do at home. However, as the next weeks rolled in, communication started to become a challenge. Other priorities surfaced as employees struggled to adjust working from home, resulting in 70 to 80% productivity. Some external partners had to close or to work remotely as well, leading to the slowdown of the game's development. Larian isn't alone in facing these challenges, as some games such as The Last of Us Part 2 and Amazon's New World have been officially delayed as a result of this big problem. Some branches of development cannot be completed at home as it requires equipment. Examples include voice acting and motion capture for animation, where character movements are acted out. The CEO of Larian Studios, Sven Vink, says, "We don't have a solution for it. We're hoping that eventually we're going to organize something." Despite these issues, Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access Beta is still expected to be released within this year as development continues. Okay, so what do you think of the new format? Why did you enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake? Will you give ESO a go this week? What class will you play as in Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access? I believe that's a lot of questions, but let me know in the comments section below. So that's it for today, guys. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notifications bell for updates on the channel. Take care and I'll see you soon.